Hi there. We are going to go over pages 160 to 162 in your Grammar and Composition 2 work text. So please turn to 160. We're talking about pronouns and their uses. Pronouns used as subjects or predicate nominatives must be nominative case. You recall, our nominative case pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they, who, whoever. Our objective case pronouns are me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them, whom, whomever. Okay, so this list, the nominative case lists, are the ones that can be used as subjects or predicate nominatives. Remember that the subject or a predicate nominative can never be in a prepositional phrase. Okay? Nominative case pronouns, I, he, she, we, they. You and I are both, we're going to always put you and it in there. So now remember, the predicate nominatives come only after linking verbs, and here is our list of linking verbs. And you'll be, for the next, well, however many years you have left in high school, you're going to have to know these verbs. So am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. Okay? And then these are words that can be both linking and action. Taste, feel, smell, sound, look, appear, become, seem, grow, remain, stay. Those are the words that can be both action and linking. Now, pronouns used as direct objects, indirect objects, or objects of prepositions must be objective case. And that makes sense, doesn't it? Because we have the word object in all of these. Objective case pronouns are me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them, whom, whomever. A pronoun used as an appositive must be in the same case as the word to which it refers. So if you've got a positive of a subject, then it's got to be a nominative case. If you've got an appositive of a predicate nominative, then you have to use nominative case. However, if your appositive is of an indirect object, a direct object, or an object of preposition, then you use objective case. Okay, so let's see, are there examples? No, there are not. So let me just give you an example right off the top of my head. Nominative case pronoun, let's see. She, comma, the principal, is quite patient. Okay? She is the subject. This is in a positive. Since she is nominative case, the appositive would need to be nominative case. So, like this, the principal how about the principals? Sharon and she are quite patient. There. So the principals, this is a subject. This is in the positive. It's a compound positive. There are two principals. The first principal's name is Sharon. The second one is named she. She must be she because it's a subject, and that's in a positive, and that's a nominative case pronoun. Okay. However, what if we said the students were taken to the principals, Sharon and her, period. Yes, why is that different? Well, it's different because this is a preposition to the principles. This is the object of the preposition. This is an appositive of an objective preposition. It must be objective case. So objective case is her, and that would be why. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's move on. Remember that direct objects and indirect objects come only after action verbs and can never be in prepositional phrases. Never is an extreme word. That means never. So you can never have an indirect object or a direct object in a prepositional phrase. All right, and then in order to know which pronouns to select, you must first determine how the pronoun is used in the sentence. You have to know what its function is. Is it the subject or is it the direct object? Is it the object of preposition? Is it in a positive of a subject or a positive of a direct object? Then you select the pronoun from the correct case. So the leaders in the debate will be Joshua and, is it her or she? Well, leaders is the subject, will be is the linking verb, and that means that Joshua is a predicate nominative. So we have to choose a predicate nominative or a nominative case pronoun, she or her. Nominative case is she. The answer should be she. Yes, she. Joshua and she is used as a compound predicate nominative. Therefore, you must select the nominative case pronoun she. The leaders in the debate will be Joshua and she. All right, so we know how to do that now. Let's look. In the blank, write the function of the pronoun. This is a subject, predicate, nominative, direct object, indirect object, object of preposition, a positive of subject, a positive of direct object, a positive of object of preposition, and then cross out the incorrect pronoun in the parentheses. So first we got to find the function, and then we have to find the, then we have to figure out which one to use. Okay, so let's do this. Bob gave Miss Mills and either her or she flowers from the garden. Well, the subject is Bob. Gave is the action verb. What did he give? He gave flowers. That's the direct object. Who received the flowers? Or who does receive the direct object? Mrs. Mills is an indirect object, and so is whichever one this is. This is an indirect object. So we have to use objective case. Objective case is, and it's either she or her. So it's going to be her. So we cross out the wrong one, which is she. Okay, that's how we do this. Going on. Tucker plays tennis better than either me or I. Well, this one is a toughie right off the bat. I is actually an elliptical clause, meaning some part of the clause is dropped off. And it's okay to write this way, but you have to treat the word as if the rest of the clause was there. Tucker plays tennis better than I, what? I play tennis. That's right. The clause would be I play tennis. So if in the clause I play tennis, would it I be the subject? It would, and that's nominative case I. Nominative case I. Okay. The student who scored the most goals was either he or him. Well, the subject is student. The verb is was. It's a linking verb. And then this is going to be the predicate nominative. So we do PN. Which one of those is nominative case? He or him? It's he. So, therefore, we cross out him. Oh, sorry. That's probably the wrong answer because I did that. Let's see. Chip ran the mile faster than either he or him. What the subject is Chip. Ran is the verb. That's an action verb. What did he run? He ran the mile. That's the direct object. Faster than he or him. Well, another elliptical clause, isn't it? I got lucky on that mistake. Chip ran the mile faster than he ran the mile. That's the rest of the elliptical clause. And so that makes it a subject, and that's the verb. So this would be subject, and we get rid of him. I did the right one by accident. Okay. Whoever or whomever wants to go should meet at the car at noon. All right. Well, whoever or whomever is the subject. Wants to, let's see, isn't that right? Yes. And wants is the verb. To go is an infinitive. And then, so, and to go, actually, that infinitive is the direct object. So that's an infinitive being used as a noun. Anyway, so since whoever or whomever is the subject, we have to find the one that is nominative case. Okay, so who and whoever is nominative case. So we need to cross out whomever and be subject. Good. Okay. The best friends, Grace and either she or her, have known each other since kindergarten. The subject is friends. The verb is have known. Okay. So Grace and her or she is a positive of subject because it's renaming the subject of friends. So we need to say AP of S. Okay. And then an appositive always has to be the same case as the word that it modifies. All right. So friends is the subject. This is an appositive of the subject. Therefore, this has to be nominative case. It's she or her. She is nominative. Her is objective. So we're going to get rid of her, and she's the right answer. And then the last one, the storm affected us more than they or them. All right, well, this is an elliptical clause, but it's not off to this side. It's actually, the storm affected us more than the storm affected. That word goes there. Storm is the subject. Affected is the action verb. That would be direct object. Objective case, they or them. It's them. So we need to get rid of they and write direct object in the blank. All right. Hopefully that made sense to you. Let's move on to the next page. Oh, it's more of the same. Number 8. Okay. During the marine show, the orcas splashed us more than they or them. The orcas splashed us more than the orcas splashed them. That's another elliptical clause. And I went ahead and said them because I know that this means orcas is the subject of this clause, splash is the verb. This would be direct object. Direct objects are objective case. Them is direct objective case. So this would be direct object as well. Whom do you think wrote the best book report? Okay. Okay. I had to take a drink. This one is, these questions are difficult. okay, you have to kind of rewrite them to be declarative sentences first. So when you have a word like who or whom at the beginning like this, and it's a question, you really have to rearrange it like this. You do think who or whom wrote the best book report. Because remember, who or whom is a pronoun standing in for a person's name. So now you're asking the question because you don't know who the person's is. But let's say that John wrote the best book report, but I am going to be the one asking the question, and I don't know that it's John. So really the antecedent is unknown to me. So I'm going to convert this into a declarative sentence, and I'm going to tell a person who does know John, you do think John wrote the best book report, okay? That's the same way we structure this. You do think who wrote the best book report. Now, I'm going to write it here. You do think, okay? Who wrote, okay, the best book report. Now, you is the subject of the sentence. Do think is a verb. And then who wrote the best book report is a great big clause. It's a noun clause. In the context of the noun clause, who is the subject and wrote is the verb, okay? That's how that works. This one's a tough one, but that's how it works. So that means that while it's not the subject of the sentence, it is the subject of the clause. So it's functioning as a subject. Therefore, it has to be nominative case. And who is the nominative case one? Whom is objective. So we're going to cross out whom. Hopefully that made sense to you. Okay. I have read all the books by the Bronte sisters, Emily, Charlotte, and she or her. All right, well, let's figure this out. I is the subject, have read is the verb. What did they read? Books. That's the direct objects, or the direct object. By the Bronte sisters is a prepositional phrase, so this is an object of preposition. Emily, Charlotte, and she or her are positives of objects of prepositions, and they must have the same case as the word for which they're referring, and that's objective case because it's an object of preposition. See, object of preposition is objective. So you've got she or her, it's going to be her. So cross out she, put AP of OP. Okay. She or her visited our family during Christmas. Okay, this one's simple. Subject, verb. All right, so we know that this is going to be used as the subject, and subject have to be nominative case, and she is nominative case. We cross out her. All right. Mom sent Robert and she or her the cards. Mom is the subject. Sent is the verb. And that's an action verb, so this is a direct object. No, I'm sorry, it's not, because what did she send? She sent cards. That's the direct object. Who received the direct object? Well, Robert did. That's an IO. And then she is an IO as well. So that's going to be IO. Indirect objects are objective case. Okay, so we're looking to choose between she and her. It's going to be her, so cross out she. Okay, the math teachers, Dr. Peters, Mrs. Darden, and either she or her were all in their rooms grading their papers. Well, the subject is teachers. This is in a positive of a subject, which means it must be a nominative case pronoun because the appositives, pronouns that are appositives, always adopt the case of the word they refer to. And so she is the nominative case, so we cross out her and we put AP of S. Okay. Next, Mrs. White and they or them have graded more papers than she or her. Well, subject is Mrs. White. This is also a subject. Okay, so let's see. So that means is they or them, nominative case, they is, so cross out them. Have graded is the verb. Papers is the direct object. More papers than, and then her or she has graded would be the rest of the elliptical clause, right? So that's the subject, verb, nominative case also. So both of them are subjects, and we need to get rid of her because her's objective case. So there we go. All right. Here's another question. Let's flip it around. You did give the package to either who or whom. This is a prepositional phrase, so that means this is object of preposition. Should be objective case. Who or whom. Whom is objective case, so we cross out who. Okay? You may give the dessert to whoever or whomever is finished eating. Well, the subject is you. May give is the verb. Dessert is what they gave. That's the direct object. To is a preposition. And then this is interesting. This noun clause is serving as the object of preposition. But the word whoever, let's see, this is number 16. I just want to make sure. Yep. Whoever or whomever is the subject of the clause. Remember, context is everything. So whomever, that's the verb. And then we've got nominative case because subjects have to be nominative case. Whoever is the one, so we cross out whomever. See, and the trick is, it looks like whomever is the object of the preposition since to is a preposition, but no, the whole clause is the object of preposition. Inside the clause, whoever is the subject, okay? Now, I have to write subject here. Let me just check to make sure I'm telling you right. I am. Going on, 17. Between you and I or me, I think the laptop was a great gift. Well, the main clause is I think. And actually, yeah, I think. What do I think? I think the laptop was a great gift, which is a noun clause. Laptop, inside that, there's laptop and verb. This is predicate nominative. That's in that context. So, between you and me or I. Well, between is a preposition. Between you that's an OP, and this is an OP. So we're going to write that in the blank. And then that's got to be objective case. Objective case, or the OP needs to be objective case. And me is the one, so cross out I. All right. The administrator congratulated Peter and he or him on their STEM projects. Okay, administrator is the subject. Congratulated is what he did, so that's the verb. He congratulated Peter, that's the direct object. And this is the direct object. And then on their STEM projects is a prepositional phrase, so not necessary. Objective case, because object is in the word there. Objective case, he or him. It's him. Cross out he, put direct object in the blank. And then the last one, Mrs. Stockman ordered science supplies for we or us 8th graders. Okay, so Stockman, Mrs. Stockman is the subject, ordered is the verb. That's an action verb, isn't it? What did she order? Supplies, direct objects, or object. And then for us 8th graders. All right, well, that's a prep. And then us, or we, is the object of preposition. So we'll put that there. 8th graders would be in the positive of an object of preposition, wouldn't it? But anyway, which one of these is objective case? Us, so cross out we. That exercise is in the bag. All right? Now, so that I know for sure that you made it this far, and I would like for you to draw a little star right there on the page. And that'll be my clue that you're with me and you've watched this much of the video. Okay. Cross out each incorrect pronoun, write the correct pronoun above it. If a sentence is correct, as is, write C before the sentence number. All right, we can do that. So, the tie for first place was between Liam and he. All right? Well, he is nominative case. Between Liam and he, this is a prepositional phrase. Objective should be him, so we need to write him above it. And then the sentence is not correct, so we don't write correct there. All right, next. Whomever is ready may now get on the bus. All right. Well, whomever is the subject, and whomever subjects have to be nominative case. So it really should have been whoever because, so let's cross that out and put whoever. And that's the answer to number 2. Number 3, Gina and Troy fixed the broken bike themselves. All right, well, this one, we crossed that out because theirselves is inappropriate use. Hold on a second. Okay, I went to go get the page 159 that we did together before. And the very first rule on avoiding problems with pronoun uses, do not use the incorrect forms his self or theirselves. Jay did the work by himself. They built the treehouse by themselves. So we cross theirselves out and put themselves. It is Grady and 2 of the students whom are on the planning committee. Okay, well, whom is a subject, are is the verb, so that should be nominative case who, see? Okay. Dominic and Ellen, they went to the store for mom and him. So we crossed they out, but we don't replace it with anything because that would be a double subject. Dominic and Ellen went to the store for mom and him. We don't do double subjects, okay? So that pronoun is completely unnecessary. Are Ben and he assistants in their Sunday school class? It's a question. If we were to turn this around and make it a declarative sentence, Ben and he are assistants in their Sunday school class, making Ben and he the subject. All right. Subjects are supposed to be nominative case. He is nominative case, so that is correct. Take your father and he some lemonade. Okay, there's an understood you here. You is subject, take, and you take the lemonade, which is an indirect object. Father is who's receiving the lemonade, and so is he. So those indirect objects, those should be objective case, which is he objective case? No, him. So it should be him. Okay? Them flowers smell extremely sweet. Well, so them is an objective case. Those flowers, let's see if I can find the rule for that. Hold, please. Here it is. On the same page as before, do not use them as a demonstrative pronoun. Them are my dogs. No, no. Those are my dogs. Is this a demonstrative pronoun? Those flowers smell extremely sweet. Are you just, you're kind of saying, which flowers? It's those flowers right over there. Those flowers. I'm pointing. The flowers that are over there, that's demonstrating the flowers that I'm talking about. So that should be those. Okay? Him running for governor is a good thing. All right. Well, this is that special case. Running is a gerund. It is not being used as a noun. Running for governor is a gerund phrase that's being used as a subject in this sentence, and is the verb. So anytime you have, well, we can look at the rule because it's on the same page. Anytime you have a possessive case pronoun or a pronoun before the gerund, you have to use possessive case, which is ownership. You know, I've got something. So his, not him, his running for governor is a good thing. And it's simply because we have to say the pronoun before the gerund phrase running for governor. Okay, so that's the rule. Number 10, the author of the book is him. Okay, author is the subject, is the verb. This is a predicate nominative because that's a linking verb, right? So this is a predicate nominative. Is him a nominative case pronoun, since predicate nominatives have to be nominative case? No, it's not subjective. So we've got to cross that out and put he. I'll write it over here. Okay? The author of the book is he. And then number 11, do you mind me going with you to the store this afternoon? Well, it's a question, so you got to flip it around. You do mind me going with you to the store this afternoon? That is a complicated one. Let's see. Well, oh, of course, we just did it over here. Going with you to the store this afternoon is a gerund phrase. Gerund, remember, is a verb form that ends in ing, but it's being used as a noun. You do mind me going. Okay, so then that means this pronoun comes before the gerund, so that should be my possessive case. Okay? Mr. and Mrs. Pate met him and they at the Azalea Festival. Okay, so we've got the subject here, the Pates, they're the subject, they did something, they, action verb, met. Who did they meet? They met two direct objects, him and they. That should be objective case. Him is objective case, but they is not. So we need to cross out they and put them. Okay? Good. Two more. Mrs. Goldsmith called the boys, Aiden and his, to come in to eat. Well, I don't understand why that possessive case is there because they don't own anything in this sentence. Mrs. Smith is the subject. Called is the action verb. Boys is the direct object because that's who she called. And then Aiden and him, or Aiden and he, is the appositive. It's an appositive of direct object. Okay, direct objects are objective case, so the appositive direct object needs to be objective case. Is his objective case? No. It's also possessive. So we need to cross that out and put the objective case, him, in its place. All right, and then the last one. The newest members of the Christian Athletes Club are Courtney and her. We got to see if that's correct. So members is the subject. Of the Christian Athletes Club is a big prepositional phrase. Are is the linking verb. So the noun that follows the linking verb is a predicate nominative, and this is a predicate nominative also. That's nominative case. Is her nominative case? No, she is nominative case, so we have to write she in the blank. All right. One more page. Reviewing pronouns and their uses, the next part. Cross out the incorrect verb in parentheses. Okay, each of the debaters make or makes a strong argument. Okay, well this one, each is singular, right? Each one. So let's put a singular name in the place of it. Maybe John. Does John make or makes a strong argument? John makes a strong argument, so cross out make. Neither of the families were or was late. Well, neither the first one individually nor the second one individually was late. That's singular. Neither, the first one was, John was late, Patty was late would work, since neither means we're talking about them individually, so that's singular. Okay. I think all of the buses either is or are already back from their routes. Well, I think all is plural are, so cross out is. She and he walks or walk out to the sunshine. She and he, they're each of those, she and he, they walk out to the sunshine, right? Have or has anyone volunteered to help on Saturday? This anyone is singular. So we cross out have because you would say he has volunteered to help us on Saturday. One of the disciples, one was unfaithful. So cross out were. They, this is plural, either wasn't or weren't expecting as many people as arrived. So they, multiples, were or wasn't. Well, he wasn't, they weren't. So cross out wasn't. She doesn't or don't like Brussels sprouts. She does not like Brussels sprouts. So cross out don't. Okay. Next, all of the actors, cross out the incorrect pronoun. Okay. All of the actors clapped for his or their director at the end of the opening performance. All of the actors clapped at his or theirs. Well, since we're dealing with all, that's plural, so their. Either Bianca or they or them are going to make the signs for the yard sale. Either Bianca or they or them are going to make. Well, it's a subject, nominative case, they. So we cross out them. Let's make sure that's right. Yep. Okay. Both the leaders keep their or his promises. Well, both is more than one. So they keep their promises. Each of the girls made her own dress, because each is one. We're talking about one at a time. So it's her own dress. That's singular. The mother wolf hunted food for, it's just one mother wolf, her young. Oh, well, that's because mothers are typically female these days. Most of the apple trees in our yard have lost its or their leaves. Most is more than one, lost their leaves. Okay. The twins, Bobby and he or him, were a big help. Well, this is in a positive of a subject because the subject is twins. That means that they have to be nominative case. He or him. Which one is nominative? He. So cross out him. And then neither Lisa nor she or her are singing tonight. Neither, remember, is singular. Lisa, well, that's not the issue, is it? These are subjects. So that's nominative case. Which one of those is nominative case, she or her? She is nominative, so we cross out her. Okay, that's good. Last exercise. None of the speakers have given the audience his or her solution to the problem. None has given. We're supposed to cross out any incorrect pronoun or verb uses and write the correction. Well, none have given would be right. None. They have. No, that's wrong. Because none is singular. It's over here. These are the problem. So cross that out. That's okay. Leave has where it is. None of the speakers has given the audience his or her solution to the problem. Cross out his or her and write his, because we don't know whether the speaker is male or female. We don't say his or her in formal language. You might say his or her or they when you're just speaking to people. But if you're writing formally, if you don't know if it's girl or boy, you say his. Several of the trackers was following the mother leopard and its cub. Okay, several is more than one, right? So if you say several of them were tracking, then you have multiple people tracking. So that's plural. They were, so W-E-R-E. The mother leopard and its cubs, or her cubs. We know it's a mother, so we say her. All right. Us cheerleaders are planning to decorate the team members' lockers. Well, us is the subject. Cheerleaders is in the positive subject. So subjects have to be nominative case. Us is objective case. So that's not right. So we have to choose we. We cheerleaders. All right. Let's see. They was concerned that he was late getting home. He was concerned. If it's singular, then was works, but because they means multiple people, that's plural, and you use were. They were concerned that he was late. Now that's right. He was late. Each, that's singular, of the choir members practice daily. Each practice daily. They practice, he practices. Each is singular, so practices daily. Okay. Holly wished we twins a happy birthday. Holly's the subject, wished is the action verb. Twins, well, we, and then twins is the appositive of we. But we, this is, because it's an action verb, should be a direct object. But we is a nominative case pronoun. direct objects are supposed to be objective, so we should have used us instead. So let's cross we out and say us there. Okay. My sister, she is an excellent motivational speaker. You would just cross she out and not replace it because you don't want a double subject. Now, you might ask me, well, why isn't that in a positive of subject? Well, because it's not giving you any more information. She does not give the name of the sister. Sister's more specific than she is. She is any woman, any female. Sister is specifically a female that's related as a sister. So that's more specific. The appositive would be my sister, Sandra, okay, is an excellent motivational speaker. That would be in a positive. She is not helpful. She is just a double subject. So we'll get rid of that. The artist painted a watercolor picture of she and him by the ocean. Well, him looks right to me because him is objective case. Because of is a prepositional phrase, so of she, of him makes sense. Of she, does it make sense? No, because she's nominative case. So we need to say her instead. Of her and him by the ocean. Let me check that. Yep. The lack of time affected them as much as, what's the elliptical phrase or the elliptical clause? The lack of time affected them as much as time affected I or me. Well, time is the subject of the clause, affected is the action verb, so that makes this a direct object. Objective case pronoun is I or me, objective case. It's me. So we need to cross out I and put me, because me would go there. Okay? And then finally, Bobby and him played with the newborn pups. Well, this is supposed to be a subject, because Bobby's a subject. They're compound subjects. Is him objective case or is him nominative case? Him is objective case. Subjects are supposed to be nominative case, so we need to use the word he, because it's the subject. He played with the newborn pups. Ooh, that was a long slog, but we got through it. That is the last question on this section. So you just successfully corrected 160, 161, and 162. All right, make sure that you get those things uploaded, and I will give you credit for them. And we need to move on to something else, don't we? Hope you have a great day. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.